Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our free necklace night. I'm Jennifer Keller. I'm an executive company vice president with Park Lane, and I am here with the fabulous division leader, Jackie Miller. And we are excited to share a little bit about Park Lane, show a little bit of our jewelry, and just kind of have a casual conversation about, direct sales and Park Lane and our team. But Jackie and I thought it would be fun to come on Jewelry Naked and talk about, just in the beginning, what a difference jewelry makes. Because I don't know about Jackie, but I did not wear any jewelry before I started selling jewelry. And I will tell you that I tell my guests at my parties all the time that if you're going to leave the house with just one piece of jewelry on, you want it to be earrings. Now, my favorite thing about a white shirt is you can do whatever you want with your earrings. So I'm going to start with our Groovy. Do we love these? Give me some hearts. Give me some thumbs up.
How fun, Jen. Love them.
Don't we? We're going on vacation in a couple of weeks, and I'm planning my entire wardrobe around these earrings.
Absolutely.
So, what do you got on? What's your earrings?
So I went with our Daisy. I just love these for spring. They kind of, you have your post, they drop down a little bit. Love them for spring, and with the yellow, just kind of think of daisies. So I started with our Daisy tonight.
I love that. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. And again, because I have the white shirt on, I think I'm going to just add our Harmony necklace because I tend to wear a lot of neutrals. So many times I will add the colors in my accessories. So now I've got the hot pink shell chain with the cross, which I actually think I have on backwards, but that's okay. You can still get the idea, and it matches my earrings. What do you got going on over there?
We're all friends here. You can do that. So I started with our Hazy. We always say this is like our workhorse of our wardrobe, right? You can go do so much with this. So I have the gold on and have this kind of up around my neck, which is another great reason why we love these extenders on our necklaces. So I have a little bit shorter. So I am adding also the Lenox, which I just love. I think I want to make this a little bit longer. Love this with the delicate chain and with the pendant, with the crystals, a little bit of the gold kind of brings in a little two-tone with it. So love the Lenox with the Hazy. And if I wanted to go that one extra step, I could even make it a little bit longer and go with our Chic and layer that in as well.
We're women, so we like to have options all the time.
Absolutely.
And that Hazy, put an H in the comments if you have a Hazy, because I tell my people at this point, if you don't have Hazy, you just don't like it. And that's okay. Jewelry's personal, but everyone seems to love Hazy. All right, I've been working on my arm party. I got here 3 of my best sellers. I got our Jewel, which is the Cartier Love Bangle Inspiration, the Chateau in the middle, and our Impression bracelet that we're kind of known for. How many of our Impression Obsession guests are watching right now? This one comes in about 16 different colors. It is beautiful. So I'm already feeling a little bit more put together. Jackie, you got a little arm party going on?
Absolutely. So what I have is I have a few of our creme bracelets, the beautiful beige, like with the gold in there. So I have 3 of those just to kind of get started. And I am then going to add an our embraceable. I think everybody has to have embraceable, at least one. Here it is in the gold. Love that it comes in the silver too. And then I'm just going to add in, our Hazy bracelet. Kind of pick up the Hazy in the necklace. So I am going to go with that arm party today.
That is looking good. I love it. And last but not least, I thought, what am I going to do with my right hand ring? So I've been kind of digging these rings on your pointer finger right now. I don't know if it makes me feel edgy or cool or whatever, but that's our bijou ring, which is multicolored. And I thought with the color of my necklace offset with the white, that's going to look great. And then our twist ring is the kind of the hammerhead nail that wraps around, designer inspired. So I am complete. Jackie, you got a ring?
Oh, do I? I am going with our Phoebe with the heart. Love it in the gold. Pick up that polished gold. Love this. This is one that I like to wear on my middle finger. So I am good to go with our heart Phoebe ring.
I love it. And I tell people all the time, when you look good, you feel good, you do good. And sometimes it just starts with a pair of amazing earrings. So we are ready to get started.
All right.
let us know in the comments if you are new to Park Lane, if you're already a fan of Park Lane. If you are a guest of a stylist, please tag her so that she knows you're here. We always do a drawing at the end, and we want to make sure that she gets you what you need to get into our fabulous drawing. So let us know in the comments. But tonight, for a few minutes, I thought Jackie and I would talk about 3 things about why direct sales, why Park Lane, and why Team Sparkle. So I will just kick it off. Jackie and I both have been in this direct sales industry for 24 years, 25 years, and I love this. Funny about Jackie and I is we are also both accountants. It's this dirty thing that we just have in common.
Exactly. We love Excel spreadsheets. We love jewelry. What can we say?
I could just spend a lot of time on Excel spreadsheets, but no, we're going to stay to the jewelry because this is much more fun. Wouldn't you agree this is more fun than accounting?
1000%. Absolutely.
Yeah, we love our new careers. So, but when I got into this industry 25 years ago, I didn't know much about this. I didn't know people who were doing this. I didn't know that people actually made this into a full-time job if they wanted to. And I even think now, 25 years later, like where else can you pay $129? Spoiler alert, that's how much it costs to start with Park Lane. Pay $129, get a kit of jewelry, and then become an entrepreneur to do whatever you want to do. I mean, we have stylists on our team that work this business part-time, full-time. It is an equalizer. Like as long as you can get that kit, it doesn't matter where you went to school, if you went to school, if you're married, if you're not, how young or how old you are, none of that. We have teachers, stay-at-home moms, doctors, lawyers. Every profession can do this because it's, once you get that kit, it's up to you with what you do with it. So I love that part of this industry. What do you love, Jackie?
It's so funny, Jen. I feel like, what is there not to love? And it's so funny when you were saying how, like, I know when I started, as far as jewelry goes, I think people think, oh, you must have started this because you love jewelry. Well, no, I really didn't. I knew there was gold, silver, pearls, and diamonds. I think that was the extent of my jewelry knowledge. But I'm like, oh, I can learn a little bit of this. And you know what I really love, I think, from when I started is the flexibility. I love, as you know, I have been going through, when I kind of think about what you can do with this, you can work this business full-time, which I've done, part-time, which I've done, and even a little bit, we kind of say spare time. As you know, I've had, I had my mom living with us for a while, went through some health problems, the kids growing up. It's crazy to think, my boys were 3 and 6 when I started this. They're now 27 and 30. It's crazy to think, they have kind of grown up with me in the direct sales industry. And I love the fact that I can do it full-time, part-time, and I've done it all. So I feel like I've been through all of those different experiences. And I will have to say 1000% that for the time invested, you just cannot beat this if you need a little bit extra income or even a lot of extra income.
Yeah.
So just love that flexibility is key without a doubt.
It is. And I think it's fun. Like no one cheered for me in accounting when the balance sheet balanced. Like I found it very personally rewarding, but nobody was applauding.
Yeah, I don't think I got a whole lot of applause either definitely not.
I know, but with Park Lane, like you do anything and people are clapping for you. Like it is such a positive environment to be around. So if you've ever done anything, and I'm curious, if you've done anything in direct sales, either currently or in the past, drop a 1 in the comments because I'm sure you would agree with a lot of what we just said too. And then for both Jackie and I, we were with the same previous company that closed at the end of 2020. And when that happened, I did a lot of research, and I, to be honest, wasn't sure I even wanted to jump back into another business after I felt like my previous company had broke up with me. I was, hurt by that and had wanted to take some time to kind of recover from that. But I also was relying on the income. So I couldn't take that much time. I had to, still pay some bills. So I looked at several companies, lined them all up, and by far Park Lane was the best. And I think especially right now in 2025, after the turbulent year direct sales has had in 2024. And if you're in the industry, you know what I mean, with companies going to affiliate and many companies closing, it makes a difference who you partner with. And there are many reasons why I chose Park Lane, and I would absolutely choose Park Lane again today. And one of them is, we're kind of hit on these, we call them our 3 Ps: the people, the product, and the program. So the people of Park Lane, they are a 70-year-old company. They started in 1955, and they have from the beginning kept it very tight financially. Like they have told the owners, which are now on their 2nd and 3rd generations, that you can only take a 2% profit for yourself. And this will make more sense when we talk about the different programs that Park Lane offers, because otherwise you would think, how can they afford that? They can afford that because they only take a 2% profit for themselves. They are also a debt-free company, a cash-rich company, and our CEO, Scott Levine, has said publicly and repeatedly, we will not go affiliate. Now, again, if you're not in the direct sales industry, you may not know what that means, but if you are, you know that is a big, big deal. So, and I love when we go on trips with the incentive trips that Park Lane earns. The founders or the owners are there, their children are there, their grandchildren are there. They are very much invested in Park Lane and in the future. And so I put 100% of my trust in them, and it gives me confidence that I made the right decision. So that's a little bit about the people. So Jackie, you said you didn't wear jewelry. You weren't a jewelry lover. What do you think about jewelry?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't think I can get enough, Jen. You should, see my office behind me. If everybody else could see all this, they'd be like, wow, she's a big fan of jewelry now. So, and I love how, just depending on what you're wearing, you can change things up. I don't know if you happen to notice, but I have a new necklace on. Love this. The hearts are so on trend. This is our Dolly necklace. So love it with the V, just kind of fits in there. Nice. So how you can change it up a little bit bolder than maybe what I had. And I have to say that is the one thing about jewelry. I hear that so much from some of my customers, how I put it on and it just makes me feel so good and love the confidence it gives me. I mean, if I've heard that once, I've heard it 100 times. So I really love that. And they're like, it just makes me happy. So that's the one good thing I feel like as far as selling jewelry, it's a visual product, right? We love this. How many times I'm sure we can both say that we have been out and about and someone's like, I love your necklace. You're like, hey, I think we probably both have sold jewelry off our bodies. We don't need to get into that. That might sound a little crazy, but it's true, ladies. When somebody wants it, they're like, I really want that necklace now. So, but it is visual. And that's I feel like it's an easier sell to have. You don't have to show someone how to wear it. You don't have to say they can't wear their other jewelry because you can mix and match your fine jewelry with our gorgeous high fashion jewelry. And even if you're like, I don't know a lot about jewelry, you know what? I got a secret for you, ladies. If you can hold up these fun earrings and say, aren't they so pretty? These are hoops. These are our Chantel. You are halfway trained right there. Mm-hmm. So love the fact that, like I said, it's an easier sell. And I love our line, especially because we have a little something for everybody. I say whether you're getting something for your teenager, your grandmother, or somewhere in between, we have it all covered with the small and dainty, the big and bold, the trendy, what anybody likes. I feel like we have like that full service jewelry line, a little something for everybody. So just love that the most, for sure.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Now you'll notice I changed up mine. So that now I've gone casual. I was a little bit more, making a statement, and now I'm going to my casual look. Like these little whisper earrings. I'm going to talk about these more in a second. And our honey necklace stacked on our, we call them sawdust. That is not right. Sandalwood, not sawdust. That is not.
I almost wore those too. That's so funny.
I kept my ring. So it is fun. It does give women confidence. And, like Jackie was talking about, I don't know if she said this, but we do come out with new jewelry twice a year. We actually have another capsule collection dropping in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. And my other thing about Park Lane is let's just jump into a little bit about the program. So I put these earrings on because these always remind me to talk about the sale. So if you have been a customer with Park Lane, put a C in the comments. Because if you have, one of the best things about Park Lane is this customer sale. And for my new friends, what that is every day of the year, if you purchase 2 items at full price, you can get 4 items at half price. and the two at full price are the least expensive. When I was looking at companies and I heard about this sale from Park Lane, I had to hear it twice because it didn't quite sink in, because that's not how sales generally work. And then when I let it sink in, I thought, oh my gosh, that is the best marketing I have ever heard. Because what it does is one, it's unexpected. And so it starts building that trust with your customer right away, because she knows you are out to get her the best deal. So at my parties, I wear these all the time. I say, these are great sale unlockers. They come in gold and silver. They are only $28. And if you bought a pair in gold and you bought a pair in silver, that would unlock your sale. And then you could grab something like our honey necklace for half price. Half price of honey is $25. That is a great price. And then a lot of times they offer bonuses. So when a customer purchases 90, typically it's 90, they can then grab any piece at any price for $35. So like these sandalwood bracelets, I don't even remember how much they are, but they're over 100. I would never let someone pay full price for that. I wouldn't even want them paying half price. I'd be like, this is what you want to get for $35. So the sale is what will keep customers coming back to you. That combined with the fact that new jewelry comes out all the time. And, you might not think that jewelry is a consumable item. Jewelry is a consumable item. I mean, do you wear the same clothes every year? Do you get new clothes? Do you go shopping? So people do consume jewelry every year too. Another thing about the customer promotions is they offer style drops. So almost every Thursday, I think, they come out with something new that we call a style drop. I happen to have the most recent one right here. This is is it Ocean? I think it's Ocean.
Gorgeous.
We're just going to call it gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Okay, no, I think it's called that.
I couldn't remember the name. It was either Ocean or True. I don't know. It's Ocean something. Ocean Mist, maybe. I can't remember. I'm so sorry.
I don't remember that. Yeah, we're going to go with it.
It's beautiful. And it is only $28 with a $40 purchase. So we share this with customers, especially on Thursdays, and we'll tell them, like Jackie's bracelet, the Embraceable, this is $40. Grab this bracelet for $40 because everybody needs to have a few of these. And then you can grab this for $28. And what I love is it's another reason to get in front of our customers and show them something new. In addition to that, we have Sparkle Box. So Sparkle Box is a monthly subscription. Every month they get, actually, I'll show you that too. I have that. This is April's because I haven't gotten my May one yet. It always ships out on the 1st. And mine usually comes like around the 5th or 6th or 7th. But here's the April one. Both pieces, $39 plus tax. People love to be surprised. And this is an inexpensive way, especially like think Mother's Day gifts, expensive way that they can either gift someone else or treat themselves. So there's lots of things that they do to keep it exciting for customers. And then there's the Hostess Plan. Oh my gosh, Jackie, tell them what goes on with the Hostess Plan.
Ladies, let me tell you, this is what's going to keep your business going and going and going. As Park Lane is super generous with our customers with that amazing sale that Jen was just talking about, the hostesses, when you explain to them all the great free jewelry that they're going to get, they're going to be saying, okay, I'm next. How do I get that? So basically how the Hostess Plan works is for every order your hostess gets, that's $20 in free jewelry, which is pretty great, right? I mean, if you think about it, that's for 5 ladies shopping, that's $100, right? Easy math. But what's going to happen is when you get to 10 orders, it's doubled to 40 and it's $400. Now, think about that. $400 of free jewelry for 10 friends shopping for your hostesses. They are going to love that. And what's going to happen is they're going to get 7, 8, and you're going to say to them, oh my gosh, Jen, you're not going to believe this, but you're at 8, 2 more small orders, and you're going to get, instead of $160, you're going to go right up to $400. I mean, that is incredible. And, especially, Jen touched on this earlier, as far as a lot of changes that unfortunately are happening in other direct sales companies, not Park Lane. This Hostess Plan is so generous that, and a lot of people unfortunately aren't even having Hostess Plans anymore. Mm-hmm. So the fact that this has not changed, and as I think Jen also said, we've been told by Scott that it's not going to be changing. That's pretty amazing. And I can tell you for sure, I've had hostesses, in the last 4 years, probably having almost one show a year. So they've had 3 or 4 because, as Jen said, the new jewelry comes out, and of course they want to get that for free. And they're starting to know, ooh, I bet you there's some coming out soon this summer. So don't worry, I already have a show for July because they know the new jewelry comes out. Besides the free jewelry, our hostesses can always get 4 items at half price. One of the big bonuses, for example, one of the bracelets that I changed up while we were chatting is our wrap bracelet. This is our Nirvana. You can see that. Love that with the earth tones. I wear this one a lot. And I added in a couple of our Carefree bracelets just to give this a pop of color with the yellow. So if you're from, I know when this came out, this was flying off the shelves. It actually comes in a set of 5, and there's silver mixed in with it. But I just grabbed these colors that'll match great with the gold, and it looks wonderful with our Nirvana. So what they can also get besides the half price is one of the big bonus items. So Nirvana, it's like, I always tell my guests, customers, I'm like, you know what? If it's just over 100, you're going to want it for a bonus. So that's what both of these are. Your hostesses can get this $150 bracelet also as a bonus item for $35. Yeah. So love that. And one thing now, some of the ladies, a lot of people still do them online, and they're fun and they're great. But I remember, and it's so true, that having things like this, like a fun little sip and shop or little, ladies' night out, style makes me happy hour, whatever it may be, it is just a great reason to get the girls together, and I think people are really still looking for that. And that's what makes it fun. So you have that option, which is great, whether you want to do something online or whether you want to do in person. And I think when we do that, it just makes it that much more fun. And it's just a reason the ladies love it to get their friends together. So your hostesses love the free jewelry, love that they're hosting a girls' night out as well. So that's a little bit, Jen, I'd say, about how awesome our hostess perks are. Now, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the stylist perks?
Oh, I love to talk about stylist perks, but I was thinking while you were talking about the hostess benefits, I just want to add this in just because this is kind of my current situation, is I know that one of the biggest concerns that women and some men now have before they join a business like Park Lane is, how do I keep it going? How do I keep it going? And, like what Jackie says, that hostess plan definitely gets you hostesses, gets you new bookings, gets you repeat hostesses. But I know for me, for May, we're going on vacation. We had some things planned. My calendar was moving around. And so what I love is I can take control of my own calendar. So for example, I am doing next week a sip and sparkle at a local wine bar. I'm inviting all my local customers to come. I'm the hostess. I'll do some fun giveaways. And then we do these message parties where we blast out, earrings on sale. All this is done for you. You can just choose to opt in or not. I'm doing that. We're doing a birthday bash. We're celebrating all the May birthdays with a Facebook show. So there are so many different ways that you can keep your business going, even outside of the traditional parties. So it was very timely for me. So I thought I'd share that. But let's jump into what they offer for stylists. And this is big. So first, as a stylist, you make a 30% commission starting right out the gate. And that's higher than the industry average. And then from there, you can just keep promoting and increasing all the way to 50%. One thing I love about Park Lane that was different than my previous company is the only direction to go is up. So once you promote, you never lose your title, you never lose your commission, you never go backwards. And as someone who rode that ladder for 20 years, stressful.
Yes.
It was normal. I didn't know any other companies that did it differently until I came to Park Lane, but it was not fun. So I love that they are looking out for our mental health. We are just going up. So you may start as a fashion stylist, but they also have a unique program that they call their direct appoint. And if you have previous or current leadership experience in a direct sales company, Park Lane recognizes that, respects that, and sometimes you are eligible to be appointed in at an equivalent level to where you are or where you were. And that's what they did for both Jackie and myself. And I cannot even tell you how much I appreciated that. Because like I said, I loved my previous company. I was not going to leave.
Right.
And then, they broke up with me and I was just kind of left there. And then Park Lane comes along and says, we see that you put in 20 years of leadership building a team. And so we are going to bring you in at this VP level. And it was so validating. It was so validating. So
Absolutely.
if you're watching and you have some leadership experience, make sure you let your stylist know, because, I don't know what that would look like for you, but it is definitely something you want to look into and see if that would be an option for you. So 30% to 50% at our first level of leadership, we call it branch director, you can start making a commission on your team. So there's a second stream of income. Recruiting is, optional in Park Lane. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it, but you don't have to, but I love it. Not only does it give you that second stream of income, but you just, you get to help other people reach their dreams and goals, and you get to improve your own leadership skills. Like we always say that this business is a professional development program with a commission check. So it's good.
It's a win-win.
The trips, they do 2 amazing all expense paid incentive trips a year. I love to travel. So that was my love language coming into. They do, we're going to Zurich in August. We are ending the final month of our Cancun 5-star all-inclusive resort vacation for next year. We went to Dublin last year. We went to Paris. Like, these are serious trips. So if you love to travel and you want someone else to pay for it, this might be a win for you. And what I like is you don't have to be a leader to go. As long as you can share the jewelry and share the business, you can go on these trips. I love that. And then we have a Mercedes car program. If you have a desire to drive a white Mercedes and have Park Lane pay for it, great. If you want to keep your own car, you can just collect a cash bonus. That's also awesome. And then the free jewelry, because I think really the majority of the women, at least, who join Park Lane do it because they love the jewelry. And if you love the jewelry, why not turn it into tax-deductible accessories, right? Jackie and I are all about the write-offs.
Absolutely. It's amazing what we can figure out when we can write off.
Absolutely. So, we can earn an unlimited amount of free jewelry every single month. They even have a program in place where Park Lane offers incentives where you can earn over $1,100 every single month. Now, in the beginning, you're adding jewelry to your kit and, building up your kind of own collection. But when you do that consistently, you will get to a point where you have so much jewelry and you're like, I don't even know what to pick out. Like, there's nothing I need. And then you get to start being really, really generous. And I love that. Like, I give away jewelry in my VIP group weekly. I give it to our team. I give it to strangers I meet at a restaurant, on an airplane. Like, it's so fun to be generous. And it's also fun that that's all paid for. That does not come out of my pocket. So the free jewelry is a huge, huge perk. And then the last thing is really just the cost. And I already told you that in the beginning, that it's $129 to join, and you get $500 in jewelry. You can also go with a medium kit, which is $229, and get $1,000 in jewelry. Or you can go with the big kit and get $2,000 in jewelry for $439. It does not matter to us which kit you get. We are going to get you onboarded and launched no matter which one you choose. And that's one of the things we do over here at Team Sparkle, which brings us to our last point. So let's just talk, as we wrap this up, a little bit about our team. I will tell you, when we started our Team Sparkle about 4.5 years ago, when our previous company closed, and there were several of us who came over together, which has been so much fun. It's been so much fun. And I think someone did the math on it, but we have basically thousands of years of leadership that came together and started Team Sparkle. What's something you love about our team, Jackie?
Oh my gosh, Jen, what is there not to love, right? I mean, we are amazing, I have to say. And it's funny, like as Jen was saying, the different experience with leaders. Like Jen is, in California, I'm in Pennsylvania. And even though we might not see each other face to face, we get to do this a lot and hang out. So I think, when I think of Team Sparkle, I think we are very fun. And it's funny, when you were talking about our amazing leadership group, I remember I used to say, oh, and we have I think leaders that are hundreds. And I was like, no, they're not 100 years old, but we have hundreds and you're saying thousands of years of leadership experience. I mean, it is amazing. And I think too, one of the big things is just how supportive everyone is. You know, whether you are in someone's like direct family is, well, you know, team, if you will, but the whole team Sparkle, we are so supportive. It is an amazing community. I can't imagine where you're going to find a group of women who will support you, ask questions. Jen talked about the recognition. I mean, when I think of, you know, Team Sparkle, you know, Jen, with her being the executive company VP, she is our leader, and love the fact that she pours into us as well as the other leaders. We have incredible trainings. We have trainings during the day, and even if you work, you don't have to worry about that because everything is recorded. And then we do once a month have trainings in the evenings. So you are able to watch live, even if you work during the day. And, you know, I've done both of those because I have worked and sometimes I wasn't able to get to the Friday huddles, but don't worry, they're recorded. We have amazing graphics. You know, we have someone, you know, Jen takes care of those for us. I will tell you, you know, we jokingly were saying we're accountants. So being a CPA, I could do a mean Excel spreadsheet, but please don't ask me to do something really cute on Canva with jewelry. That's going to take me a long, long time. But you know what? I don't have to put my time in that because I know Team Sparkle is going to take care of that for me. So I don't have to worry. And you know what, too? I mean, the system's in place. Whether you are just getting started, you know, we are able to help you with systems that get you going, get you qualified. If you want to promote in your first month, we have all of those things where we are here to help you. As I always say, too, with our team, if you want to run, we're going to run with you. And if you want to walk, we'll walk with you. So we are here to meet you where you are. So that's one of the other things. I just love the fact that the support system that we have, and come on, you get to hang out with me and Jen. Like, how fun does that sound? Just saying, you know, come on. So yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And we say in the beginning, you know, when we started, we were excited, we were passionate, we had no idea what we were doing. But I will tell you now, 4.5 years in, we are even more passionate, more excited, and we absolutely know what we're doing. Like, we have every confidence to help you achieve whatever you want to do here, whether it's a little something or a lot something. So we hope you'll consider this. If you have any questions, if we have not covered something that you wanted answered, please ask your stylist, or you're welcome to tag one of us and we'll get back to you. How our drawing will work. So we do like to give the ladies a night to watch the replay. So you have until Monday night to watch the replay, fill out the survey. At the end of the survey, there will be a secret word that's asked of you. And so what I want you to put there, this is always the hardest part for me, which is why I forget it half the time. Let's just make the secret word, why not? That's the secret word, why not? Because I think, why not try this for summer? Why not see if you like it? If you do, great. We hope you stay with us forever. If you don't, hope it's a great experience. You can go back to being a hostess and a customer, but why not try? So my friend, thank you for doing this with me. Great to see you as always. Everyone, I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you again. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.